Okay, hey everybody, this is Lost and glad to see you here. Today, I'm going to give you my opinions why new cars suck, old cars are better. Best cars were forged in an era when it didn't require a laptop to do an oil change. Here's my truth, served with a dash of rust, a whole lot of rust, and a heck of a lot of nostalgia. You know, a lot of people worship at the center of these EVs. They think they're freaking amazing, and they're not. They're appliances on wheels. There was a purity of a drive, and I know a lot of people would think that, you know, with EVs, there's a purity in that, you know, and yeah, there is. I won't discount that, but with these older gasoline vehicles, it was a unfiltered analog experience that fed into this man and machine feeling. And leaving power steering and stability control behind, an old car really treats you, I guess, like an adult. It holds you responsible for your actions. You know, turning the wheel is a physical commitment. It's not a suggestion. When you go to turn, you're committed. The feedback through the steering wheel and the road is so tactile, it's so raw, that you could basically feel the gravel in the road. These modern cars really have just been like emasculated by like a computer chip. Cyborg cars, basically. Change out your computer chip, change out your car. And you know, I won't discount, that is easier for tuning. I mean, modern cars are way easier for tuning, but tweaking on your carbs, getting that just right, there's a finesse to it. There's a bit of an art form to it. And the engines really had their own spirit. They really talked to you. You really got to know how this motor operated in all different weathers and altitudes. It's really a mechanical passion. It's like a symphony when you're listening to it, these old cars. You hear the gasping of the carburetor, the clatter of the cylinders, and the healthy sound of the escaping exhaust gases without it being strangled by 4 carburetors. I guess, like, in my criticism of new cars, they sound like kitchen appliances. There's just a wee, wee, wee. I mean, why pay $80,000 or better for fake noise? Honestly, that I don't understand that. You could pay $5,000 for a symphony, like seriously. And you know, there was simplicity to these old motors as well. Because you could do the work yourself, it was like the enemy of the dealership. The engine bay of a classic car is a sprawling landscape of simplicity, you know, just there it is. Modern cars are a twisted maze of plastic on plastic. I can't stand that. And they're all guilty of it. All manufacturers are guilty of it of this day. Porsche and their plastic chain guides. I mean, they're all guilty of cheapening their vehicles and charging us more. Old cars, you can really easily identify the parts and identify what was going wrong. Oh, it's leaking here at the head gasket. Oh, it's leaking here. I need a new pan gasket. And you know, better yet, you can fix them with a wrench and like some profanity. Hopefully you got a buddy there just holding a beer for you.
Yep.
New vehicles, you need like a $3,000 proprietary little computer to like read what is even going on, because like there's so much going on in there. So your modern car, your big fancy modern car breaks, you need the dealership to write the code so your headlight works. I mean, come on. A headlight is a headlight. I know it has some high fancy technology, but come on, a headlight should be a plug and play part. It's digital servitude. It really is just digital servitude. Old cars have a design of value and an art of not being disposable. They were made to last, at least last a while. They have a timeless style that doesn't depreciate. As soon as you drive that new vehicle off the lot, it's quickly depreciating, like rapidly losing all its worth. And if it's electric, oh my God, it's not going to be worth anything in 5 years. You better trade that in at your second year of ownership. But with an old car, those are going to be making you money. Those are quickly rising in price, and they'll always be up in price. You'll always be able to get one cheap, relatively, restore it, and have a nice little, not retirement, but a nice chunk of money when you're ready to sell it. They always retain their value. And new cars, they don't. And how are you going to know which one of these little plastic miracles are going to be a classic in 20, 30 years? Like, we have no idea. These old cars were made by artists. You can see the curves in them. Look at the Stradata 33, or look at, like any Pininfarina design. They had character, curves, fins, chrome. They are always beautiful. But modern cars made with CAD, they're just eco blobs, There's nothing to them, nothing that would signify that, hey, this car is going to be around in 30 years and it's going to be worth something. Your new sedan, aerodynamic, reliable, and completely forgettable. The beige slacks of the automotive world. These old cars had true ownership. Once you drove them off the lot, once you bought them secondhand, they were yours. They weren't burdened by subscriptions. These new cars actually require subscriptions. BMW got into a lawsuit because they were going to do subscription-based for seat warmers. I mean, come on. How soon is it going to be until you have subscription-based for just your radio or your lights of the vehicle? It's a complete control fest. An old 72 Porsche will never ask for your Wi-Fi password just to start, or surprise you with a monthly fee just to simply honk the horn. These older cars, they had less distractions, simple dashboards, simple gauges that you could read at a glance. And they had just a little, AM/FM radio with a tape player if you're lucky. And, my generation, AM/FM radio with a CD player if you were lucky. The lack of amenities really forced you to engage with the road. You had to pay attention to what you were doing because, all you had to do is push a button. You didn't even have to look at it. New cars with their high-def infotainment systems.
With giant touchscreens now in 99% of new cars, are we losing focus and veering off the road?
But as 3 on Your Side's Jim Donovan explains, the technology built into many dashboards can also lead to dangerous distractions.
Touchscreens in cars.
Really cultivate a car culture where it's distracting you from driving. It's really drawing your attention away from what's happening in front of you. And on top of that, you're getting social media ads that, you probably shouldn't be getting anyhow. These old cars, they were independent. You could work on them yourself. A new car, oh my goodness, shut you down. You're not going anywhere. Unless you have one of those fancy dancy computers, you're not working on it yourself. These old engines and cars had a durability and a repairability that was accessible to like the average Joe. If you know how to twist something off, you can put the new thing on and torque it back down to proper specs. It's pretty simple. New cars with their highly stretched, turbocharged, directly injected motors are meticulously engineered to survive just like the day after the warranty expires.
Carfax labels urgent recalls as those rides with warnings such as do not drive or park outside away from a building. The alert involves 200 different models.
Hey, let's hear it.
And the interior of old cars, they have a smell to it.
Is the smell of this thing. Oh, it smells so good.
A little bit of gasoline, a little bit of like vinyl or leather, a little bit of like mothball history, they got a character to it. They have a certain type of feel when you get into the cockpit. New cars, they smell like off-gassing glue and rubber, and it's like intoxicating, you get like a horrible like headache when you drive one of these brand new vehicles off the lot.
in the glue, take a sniff, and this will be my life now.
Also, there's the classic car community. You know, when you go out to events, you go somewhere, people want to talk to you. They want to know what you've done to this car. They want to know why you've done it or how you've done it. When you're driving one of these modern vehicles, you're getting onto the highway, nobody's giving you thumbs up. Nobody's going, yeah, cool, or like looking at you like, oh, I hate you. You just kind of blend on into like all the other vehicles out there. You're completely nondescript. And for a lot of people, that's okay, but why? There's no team, there's no like, yeah. You know, you can join clubs, go to Sunday shows, bond with your buddy over mechanical miseries, you know, that you're both suffering with your, I forgot my words, apex seals. I gotta do the apex seals again. Community, it's vibrant, it's real, it's tangible. You know, these cars didn't have airbags and complex crumple zones. When you hit something, you hit it. So you tried not to hit things. It makes a heightened state of awareness that makes you a superb driver. You know, when you got all these whistles and nannies beeping at you,
also has micro sleep detection. So what that means is the S-Class actually uses the camera of the 3D display that actually monitors your eyes. And for argument's sake, if you are driving and you doze off, the vehicle will immediately prompt a micro sleep detected and the car will ask you to pull over and rest.
You know, and also with these new cars, there's the tracking of your every breath, every eye movement you do, every text you send, everything you say in these vehicles could be picked up and saved in a data center. Do you really need to be tracked like that? I mean, the government thinks you do, but when I'm driving my car, no, sometimes I'm having some bad thoughts, like I just want to get it out there, or, you know, I don't need to be criticized later for saying, hey, Alec, what did you say? It's ridiculous. You know, these old cars offered something priceless, authenticity. They're not perfect, no. And they're gonna make you crazy probably, but you know, you own it. You're the master of it. It's nothing that you have to subscribe to. Something you should subscribe to is this channel. If you haven't, give a thumbs up and leave some words in the word box. Let me know what you think of my crazy ranting today. I'm sorry, it's kind of a different video for today. You know, let me know what you think. And like I always say, I'll see you on the flip side. Até a próxima. Ciao, ciao.